Alright, everybody, I am doing the Big Shiny Tunes series. I have to start my recording with Big Shiny Tunes number 2 because I don't currently have number 1 in my hands. I am in the quest at this moment for Big Shiny Tunes number 1, number 4, and then 10 through 14. Hopefully I get them all before I have to complete out this series. If I don't, who knows? I'm recording these starting in March, and they're not going up until July. So, let's see how this works out for us. Quick rundown on the history of Big Shiny Tunes, just in case this is the first one that we start with, and I don't get number 1 to start with number 1. Big Shiny Tunes was released in Canada. It is a collection of music. In this case, we've got EMI Music Canada, Universal Music Canada, WEA, and Much Music itself. This is a compilation album. Every track is a different artist. I want to say that these were all the big hits of 97 because this album was released in 97, which means most likely they were actually more the hits of 96. And this is a mix too. This is not just one particular genre. It's not like they're getting into all alternative music, all dance music, stuff like that. Because dance mixes and albums, stuff like that, or the Now albums, stuff like that. One thing that's really cool in here is they do list all the albums that all the songs originally come from. They give you all the details for that, which is fantastic. And according to this, yes, almost everything on here is from 97. Oddly enough, there's a 95 track on here. And a couple from 96. A few from 96. Okay, so let's get into the music itself, all right? Now that I've given you enough of a background on this. And it's possibly the second one you've had to watch in a row, so I apologize for that too. All right. The album opens up with Prodigy Breathe. This is an edit. Now, there are a lot of edits on here because this is how the songs were played on Much Music. So, Much Music cannot play The Beautiful People with all the lovely swearing in it. So they have to go with the version that's on here. Nice radio edit, take out all the naughty words. So that applies to the Prodigy Breathe track. Prodigy is one of the few, I'm going to put them in a lump here when I say EDM kind of bands that I actually do like. Them, Fatboy Slim, there's one or two other ones that are all, pretty decent. But for the most part, this particular song, I can live with it or live without it. It doesn't matter. Then we got song 2 from Blur. Woohoo! Yeah, everybody knows that one, right? Fun song. It still is. That whole woohoo part, man, it just makes the song fun. Then we're on to Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life. I was never into this song when it first came out. I'm still not into it now. I will admit that that's fun. Smash Mouth, Walking on the Sun. This is actually not a bad tune. I don't mind Walking on the Sun. I even half-ass enjoyed it when it originally came out. Then we're on to Sugar Ray Fly featuring Supercat. Featuring I Don't Give a Crap. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of Sugar Ray. Doesn't do much for me. Brand Van 3000, Drinking in LA. There is something about this song I both like and absolutely hate at the same time. If you're into that style of music, it can be really fun. If you're not in that style of music, it gets really annoying really fast. Marilyn Manson, Beautiful People. The Beautiful People. This would be the 95 track that somehow made it on here. I don't know how that worked out. My guess would be Beautiful People got bumped to this one because if I remember correctly, Sweet Dreams is on the first one. So they would have had to do a bump back. Then we're on to Holly McNarlin Numb. Okay, I remember the name, but when this song came on, I did not remember this song for the life of me. This song is one of the ones on this album that clearly did not hold up and really was not that memorable. Bush Swallowed. I've already talked about this one. I've actually covered the Razor Blade Suitcase album and Swallowed. Matchbox 20 Push. All right, I guess. Collective Soul, Precious Declaration. This is a remix. That wasn't bad. Tea Party, Temptation. This is an edit as well. It says the Tom Lord Algae Mix. I'm not, or algae, depending on how you want to say it, I guess. I'll take the original version of Temptation that's on the actual album. The Chemical Brothers Block Rockin' Beats. Block Rockin' Beats. Radio Edit. Whatever. Wide Mouth Mason, My Old Self. Okay, I really enjoyed this one. I totally remember Wide Mouth Mason wrong. Totally remembered this song wrong. Everything like that. When I put this on, I actually enjoyed it. I was kind of like, wow, this actually, I might have to go look into some Wide Mouth Mason all of a sudden. Radiohead, Paranoid Android. I am not a Radiohead fan. I don't get the love of Radiohead. I've always found Radiohead obnoxiously boring. So I don't get it. And Paranoid Android doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't. The Age of Electric, Remote Control. Okay, so the only Age of Electric song I remember is Ugly. So I didn't remember this one. I do enjoy this tune. It's not a bad tune. And then you got Stone Temple Pilots' Lady Picture Show closing out the album, which was a great tune at the time when it came out. Still an enjoyable tune. Stone Temple Pilots is probably the one grunge band that I actually can usually sit through a whole album of, but only one album at a time. And it's, even then, it's kind of a little hit and miss. Big Shiny Tunes 2. So what do I think about this? Well, I think this is definitely a collection that definitely resembles 1997 as I remember it. It really does. And really a lot of these songs have, honestly, as much as I talk shit, a lot of these songs have held up and they still get played to this day. It might be in the grocery store, but a lot of them are still getting played to this day. And the fact that they're even getting played in the grocery store really kind of says a lot, right? Holly McNarlin, the Chemical Brothers, and Prodigy are probably the ones on here I hear the least. Oh, and Age of Electric. Yeah, the rest of them, pretty regular. Would I recommend buying this album? If you want to know what 96, 97 was like, especially more 97, go for it, man. This is a great sampler to give you an idea what those years were like. Outside of that, I mean, if you can find it for the right price, go for it. I don't know. I paid top dollar for it, and when it came out, it would have been like, I don't know, somewhere between $13.99 and $15.99, I think. And I don't know if I would have paid that for it then either, but for those that did, I don't blame them for doing it. Anyways, folks, those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. Let me know down below. That's what your thoughts and views and opinions are. Like I said, I got most of the set, so we're going to do most of it for sure. I'm hoping I can fill out the rest before I get all the recording done and all the posting done for these. If I don't, I don't, but that is the goal. All right, folks, let me know what you think. That is what the comment section is for down below in the comments. When you're on your way down there, there's a couple links as well. Check those out. There's like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Please hit those. Otherwise, peace, love, take care, and I'll see you for Big Shiny Tunes 3.